And on we go with Mission 4 of Quake, the Ebon Fortress. Another castle-themed area. Quake, of course, like its predecessor Doom, was designed by the two Johns, John Romero and John Carmack. I suppose you could say that Carmack was more of the engineer, while Romero was more of the artist. Carmack focused mainly on creating the engine to power, well, Doom and later Quake, and also the network code which made the multiplayer aspect possible. Came in much more highly of a sort of element when we got to Quake as compared to Doom. You know, deathmatch and later mods and so on were really what kept Doom going. As good as the single player was, it really wasn't the reason that people kept at this game for so long. It was the emergence of things like Team Fortress and Quake Paint, not Quake Pinball, sorry, Quake Paintball. Carmack himself is now actually working on the Oculus Rift VR headset full time. So even after 20 years or so after the original Doom came out, he's still making technical leaps in the video game industry. Handily, I'll run into this rocket launcher just through the corridor here and draw out these two fiends. Rockets are quite effective against fiends and Death Knights. It usually takes 3 hits directly. Of course, with this quad damage, I'm able to blow them up in, well, basically one shot, such as the ridiculous damage of the rocket launchers and grenade launchers. John Romero, on the other hand, had less success after Quake. I suppose his most notable release afterwards was a game known as Daikatana. Yet again, another futuristic shooter with well, it was meant to have elements, RPG elements, and it had a strange system where you would have a co-op, well, computer-controlled buddy that you had to take care of and escort throughout the game. Daikatana also had an advert in which John Romero famously proclaimed he was about to make you his bitch. It was originally scheduled for a release in the Christmas of 1997, just a year or so after Quake. And I believe the same year as Quake 2, actually. But in the end, it got pushed back to about April 2000, and when it did eventually come out, got critically panned. And it's quite well known for making its way onto various worst top 10 games lists. Anyway, I'll follow on to get, I think this is the 3rd secret of the level, with this nice well hidden pentagram of protection. Like most secrets in Quake, it's just a case of noticing when a particular section of wall has a different texture on it. At least for the more hidden puzzles. Some of the more obvious ones just involve shooting a visible target or making a succession of jumps. I believe I try and do, because of the pentagram protection, try and get a rocket jump off to get myself to that top level there, but it fails horribly, and in the end I'm forced to just run up. Though by this time I've run out, I've still got the battle suit on, so I can absorb all these hits and kill most of the enemies lurking. John Romero these days, I believe, works on mobile games. He had a few stints as editors at various magazines, but really you would have to describe Quake as being the pinnacle of his career. I actually recently purchased my own copy of Daikatana when it was available on the Steam, no sorry, not the Steam sale, the Good Old Games sale. I thought for £1.50, you know, I've always wanted to give it a go and just see exactly what it was like, considering the reputation it had. So maybe one day I'll even do a playthrough of it. Although I doubt I'll be trying to do it anywhere near as extensively as this Quake one. There's actually, it's not listed as a secret, but you'll hear me that little click noise. After running and hearing that click noise, that target will open. Shooting that will open the bars back where the original click noise was. I just clear a little space and run down the armour, because I do believe it is some armour you can pick up there for the encounter with a Shambler, which I'll have at the top of these stairs here. This level was another one which I had to run through a few times, and in the end I believe I think it's 2 kills short of a 100% run. I did go through multiple times to try and figure out who these missing enemies were being missed, but I never got to the bottom of it. I do believe I run back the way to that previously opened non-secret area after clearing a path. Yes, I do. Because that switch where I just killed the ogre, going down that way leads to a battle with a few ogres, a couple of death knights and some fiends. So it's good to grab that core damage and stock up on health to make the entire battle that much easier. So here we are, just preparing for this final skirmish of the level. Immediately jump out and get to the side where we can hopefully draw some of their attention. With the quad damage it's no difficulty though, so just a case of firing off these shootable panels and ending the level. Again, disappointed we're not getting all the kills, but you can't win all the time, so we'll move on to the next video.